thousands of homes a year, and I have learned tons of information. What started me on this trek was I got my real estate license. That's the first time in my life I had never had a steady paycheck, and I was terrified that my monthly carrying costs on my house were going to be more than I could do. So my little game that I had with myself and my family was, let's see how low we can go. So from there, we started monitoring exactly where our money was going, how much for hydro, for gas, for water, for cleaning products, for all that kind of stuff. From there, we have brought our hydro bill down immensely. I have been preparing for the time of use billing for a year and a half. I have on all my doors, everything is posted when we can use things and when we can't use things. And it works. It really does. I brought my hydro bills today to show people how much that we've saved just by doing small little things around the house. Just a typical day that I have, showing people that with small things they can do stuff, is the normal married fight that we have, what my husband does and what I do. He wakes up at 6 a.m., which is still off-peak time. I sleep a little bit longer, unfortunately. He goes downstairs and he turns the furnace up because I waited until after he went to bed to turn it all the way down. We make our coffee, we turn on the lights, and that's all off-peak. So to make a cup of coffee is 12 cents a month if we do it off-peak. It's almost double if we do it the other way around. Turning on just one light is 34 cents off-peak if you have a CFL light bulb. The difference between a CFL light bulb and a regular light bulb, and then it's disgusting when you count how many light bulbs you actually have in your house, is huge. About that, I'll look at that afterwards. After that, he throws in a load into the dryer that I had thrown a load into the washer after 9 o'clock at night, so that it was off-peak as well. He's throwing it into the dryer next thing in the morning, so that we're still not on peak yet. And that's 30 cents a load in a gas dryer. We switched from our electric to the gas again, which is so much cheaper. Of course, when I get up, I turn up I turn back down the thermostat because I work at home most of the time. So I'm down to 18 or 19 during the day, and I have an extra sweater on. I have extra slippers on. You know, there's no use. And if I get cold, I actually get up and do some housework until I warm up, and then I come back to whatever I'm doing. We installed dual flush toilets as well, so we have 3 and 6 liter, which was great. But again, I was concerned about throwing away toilets that worked, so we donated them to Habitat for Humanity. The other neat thing I found is at Home Depot, they actually have the guts of a toilet now that you can take your old toilet, and for I think it's $25, you just replace the guts, and it makes your old toilet into a dual flush, so you don't have to get rid of your other toilet. It's 3 liters for heat, and 6 liters for the other one. And then if you need to flush it again, go ahead. But regular toilets are 13 liters per flush no matter what. So you're saving so much on your water that way. The other thing I do when I wake up is I open up all the curtains and blinds because again, the sun is coming in. So the sun is warming up my kitchen and my living room, and I'm letting the light in so I don't have to be paying to have a light bulb going. I also, during the night, have started charging all my things. So my laptop has been plugged in and charging at night. So I have that because I can be working that in the morning. I got one of the fabulous Roomba vacuums. So I'm not using my central vac, which also sucks energy. I'm charging the battery from my vacuum cleaner, so it can run battery-free during peak time when everybody's out of the house. Let's see what else we have here. Once everybody comes home, of course, the TV goes on, the Wii game goes on, the lights come on, everybody's doing homework and all that kind of stuff. We can't get away completely from on-peak usage, and there will be hydro usage at that time. We're also waiting, I think 7 o'clock is mid-peak, so that's about the time we're starting to eat. We've switched to a gas stove as well instead of an electric stove, which is a huge difference in savings. Also, my husband is the last one to come home, so what he does as soon as he gets in the door pretty much is we turn into vampires, and he closes all the blinds, he closes all the windows to keep the heat in that we have. Again, supper is cooked on our gas stove, which costs $2.64 a month, as opposed to what we would do with an electric stove, which would be quite a lot more comparison between an electric oven and a gas oven is pretty darn close. It's the actual burners, because it takes longer to heat up an electric burner than it does for gas. Gas, you have instant heat and your food cooks faster, and the meat tastes better. But I have the actual numbers with me that I can show you afterwards. I did bring those with me. Again, 9 o'clock comes, and my kids know that if they have laundry that they need, they could actually throw a load in because we're off peak time. We only wash in cold water except for our sheets. Our sheets are still done in warm or hot, depending whose sheets they are. I have 2 teenagers. We also have a tankless hot water heater as well, which makes a huge difference. It's a tough thing getting used to. Used to be when the hot water tank was empty, the kids were out of the shower. But unfortunately now, my husband and I can be sitting watching TV, realizing 2 hours has gone by and my son's still in the shower with hot water. Because we have instant hot water that will never go away. We could do laundry and everybody can have a shower at the same time and have everlasting hot water. Yes. A tank, okay, my favorite thing. When I'm going in, when I was explaining to you, I just sold a Brock house. 6 kids are going to move into this Brock rental property up in Thorold. When we were doing the home inspection, we went down to the furnace room, and in the furnace room, they have an electric hot water tank. So you have 6 teenagers that are going to use electric hot water to shower. How many times a day? Because they probably row and do all that kind of stuff. The equivalent is taking that size of a water tank as a big pot and putting it onto an electric stove and keeping it going 24 hours a day just in case you might need some hot water at some point. Instant hot water tank, the gas tankless hot water system that I have is on demand. So when I turn on the hot water tap, what happens is it sends a signal down to the unit, which is on my wall in my basement, taking up much less space as well than a hot water tank would. And that starts water going through these coils that are then heated on demand, and it's a continuous flow. We've also got older hot water gas homes now that would have had a boiler, and the water's sitting in the boiler and traveling through the pipes to heat the home. They now, you can put the instant hot water, the tankless hot water system into there, and I mean dreamy, dreamy gas bills, because then you have your hot water and your heat for your house at the same time coming through this thermostat they control. Fantastic. Fantastic. Like I said, if the kids were taking shorter showers, we would probably see more savings. We'd be the timer on there, but again, so now they put their laundry through, cold water washing and all that kind of stuff. We have our front loader as well, so we're saving water on there. And I've got the comparisons of laundry, which is very interesting between a top loader and a front loader. Electric dryer and gas dryer, electric hot water tank and gas. So we've tried to do everything we could to get it down as low as we possibly could. At bedtime, again, I'm usually hopefully one of the last people to go to bed because I'm turning the heat way down. After everybody's gone to bed, I am plugging in my laptop, plugging in all my other things that are going to charge overnight when it's low peak and everything. I start my dishwasher if I'm going to use the dishwasher. Just an interesting thing for dishwasher, it is $2.90 a month to run a dishwasher, and I calculated that at 3 times a week, and we only do it when it's full, without having a dry cycle go on. As soon as you do the dry and the sanitize cycle, even on off-peak time, you're $17.50 a month. So better off to hand dry if you're going to do the dishwasher. I also have set my water softener, which we have, to do its recycle and charge at 2 a.m. And the water softener helps us save on our cleaning products as well. We use much less soap and detergent in our laundry and in our household cleaning too. So what happens is, what does that have to do with real estate or houses or anything like that? That's my day. When I'm taking clients around and I'm showing them houses, my eyes are looking at all the things in that house that should be done, could be done, to save these people from having higher monthly expenses. So that's something I pass on to them in every house that we go in so that they can have an idea. I also brought this neat little thing that I show people as well. It's called kilowatt, not kilowatt, it's kilowatt. And what you can do is you can plug your electric appliances into it. You can program it to say that off-peak times are 5.5 cents a kilowatt hour now that we're paying. So then you plug this into the toaster, you pop a piece of toast and see how much it costs you. It actually brings it up and shows you. Because a lot of people don't understand how much it actually costs to blow dry your hair, or to run the microwave, or to do a toaster, things like that. This you can get at Canadian Tire for $20, or for my clients, I allow them to take it home and they can give it a try and have fun with it and show their teenagers if they care exactly how much it is to use things. The other thing I do as well is the eco-energy audit. We've had it done in our house, and I encourage other people to have that done. Right now, we only have the provincial rebate that we can get back. We'll see what happens with the federal once all this election stuff is done. But for my first-time buyers, we're going in to look at a house. I know they're going to be tight on money because they've never owned a home before. I want to make sure that their monthly bills are going to be as low as possible. So just for easy figures, we'll say they're allowed to buy a house for $100,000 according to the bank. If I can find them a house for $90,000, we can actually have a new furnace, a new central air, and have insulation done, or a water softener put in, and add it to their mortgage. So right from the get-go, from the beginning, they're going to have a more efficient house. Because the 1974 furnace, out of here, the older central air, out of there. They can have new things, they can have easier bills to keep. They don't have to have the money up front, it can be added to your mortgage in a program called Mortgage Plus Improvements. So then they have their energy audit done before they have those things in. They have it done afterwards. They get their rebate back. They can apply that money to the mortgage, or they can go on a trip or go for dinner, depending on how much stuff they have done. But again, that's my passion when I'm doing real estate, is I want people to understand that it's easier to save money than it